Right. Just when you think Robert Sugden's reached his lowest point, he turns around and shocks everyone. In this week's Emmerdale update, the game's flipped completely. From being on the ropes, Robert now holds the cards. And let's just say, he's not playing nice. There's a dark threat, a tense face-off, and a decision that could destroy someone else's future. All wrapped up in 6 explosive spoilers that could shake the Dales for good. Stick around because this one's not just about Robert. It affects Aaron, Victoria, Ross, Moira, even John. And don't forget, if you love your weekly Emmerdale drama and want it straight with no fuss, tap that subscribe button now. We're here every week breaking it all down for you. Let's rewind just a bit, because to understand how Robert gets to this brutal power play, we've got to look at the mess he's been wading through since his return. Robert Sugden, fresh out of prison, already dealing with PTSD, and dumped back into a village where nearly everyone wants him gone. Even his own sister Victoria has been keeping her distance. And then there's Aaron. The look he gives Robert these days could curdle milk. Now, here's the real kicker. Robert knows what John's up to. He sees the game, the manipulation. But every time he's tried to warn someone, it's blown up in his face. Classic Robert, isn't it? Always a step ahead, but somehow still losing. Then John pulls the ultimate move. Gets Robert sacked from the depot. No warning, no second chances, just out. And worse, it was all dressed up to look like Robert had done something wrong. And just when you thought things couldn't get darker, Robert's drink gets spiked during a hookup, and who's conveniently there to save him? John. But Robert doesn't buy the knight in shining armor routine, and neither should we. Now here's where it starts getting murky. Robert's got this land deal going. On the surface, it seems like the one good thing he's got going for him. But Vic starts poking around, asking innocent questions, and Robert suddenly goes cagey. Not like him, right? Normally, he's 10 steps ahead and happy to brag about it. So what is he hiding? Well, if Ross is to be believed, and to be fair, the lad's got good instincts, Robert might be sitting on something far dodgier than a bit of farmland. Ross thinks Robert's involved in the disappearance of Lewis's weed. Not exactly the comeback story Robert was hoping for. The confrontation between Robert and Ross is proper intense. Ross isn't backing down, and Robert, well, he's not the broken man we saw a few weeks back. He stands up, leans in, and delivers a threat so serious it could change everything. If Ross doesn't back off, Robert will pull out of the land deal. And who suffers then? Not Robert. Moira, the farm, everything they fought to keep afloat. Now that's cold and calculated and somehow classic Robert. But here's the question. Is Robert actually behind the missing drugs? Or is he just using the accusation to claw back control? This right here is where the whole thing turns. For the first time in weeks, Robert's not looking like a victim. He's dangerous again, clever and completely ruthless. That threat to Ross, it works. Ross is forced to back off, not because he's scared for himself, but because he knows Moira's hanging by a thread. And Robert knows it too. That's what makes it sting even more. So, what does this mean moving forward? Well, for one, Robert's got his fire back. He's not asking to be accepted anymore. He doesn't care if Aaron glares or if Vic frowns. He's got a plan, and he's carrying it out, whether people like it or not. There's also this new dynamic that's building between Robert and John. Before, John had the upper hand. Smooth, calm, always a few moves ahead. But now Robert's making his own plays, and John? He's not smiling quite as much anymore. It's like watching a chess match where someone finally flipped the board. But you
have to wonder, how long can Robert hold on to this power? One slip, and everything comes crashing down again. So, we're left with more questions than answers, and that's what makes this week's storyline so sharp. Is Robert actually guilty of hiding Lewis weed, or is he being stitched up again? Will Ross stay quiet, or will he push back, even if it means dragging Moira down with him? And what's John's next move? He's not the type to take threats lying down. If Robert thinks this is over, he's wrong. But maybe the biggest question is about Aaron. Will he ever look at Robert the same way again? Or has the damage, the violence, the mistrust, gone too far? We're watching the pieces shift in real time, and it feels like something big is about to snap. So there you have it, Robert's finally back in the game, but he's playing it his way. Dark threats, messy truths, and shaky alliances, and that's just this week. If this is how he starts, imagine what happens next. Don't forget, we'll be right here breaking down every twist, shock, and betrayal in Emmerdale each week. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up if you're as hooked as we are, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? Is Robert in the wrong? Or has he finally just stopped playing nice? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Dales.